Welcome to Field to Fork Cooking with Abby J. Today's program is brought to you in part by Ingles Supermarkets and the Ingles Table. Now here's chef and host of the show, Abby J, to introduce her special guest for today's show.
Welcome to Field to Fork. I'm Abby J, and this is the Fall Harvest Show with my guest from Ingles Markets, Caroline Taylor. And it's that time, it's harvest time, and welcome to the show.
Oh gosh, Abby, it's so good to be here with you. I always love coming to your beautiful home and having fun in the kitchen and doing what we do.
Exactly.
And I'm a big fan of fall. This is far and away my absolute favorite time of year, and you still have quite a few leaves on the trees, and we're starting to lose ours in the mountains. But
Right.
I got to tell you a story. So when I was a kid, we always went to a big orchard not too far from my parents' house, and we would pick all the apples, and of course we would eat the apples and all that. But Mama always came home and immediately started working and drying those apples.
I have the same childhood. That is so,
It's
my
the best.
my grandma and grandpa had apple orchards, and I would sit at the stand, the little country stand, and sell apples, and
Yep.
they would give me a dime to go across the
Oh,
road and get
gosh.
candy. But
I love that.
That's the same kind of childhood.
I absolutely love that, but Mama would come home and she would peel all those apples and she would dry them, and before she got a dehydrator, she would put it out in the sun with cheesecloth, right? But then the
Absolutely.
dehydrators came, it made it a lot easier. But and people don't do that so much anymore, and if you can do it, I think it's amazing. But if you can't, I got these at Ingles. They're in like the dried fruit section where you find the fruit roll-ups and those kinds of things, and they're beautiful. I will caution you, Ingles does not carry the other, but they carry only the organic, which is just plain apples. Don't get
That's
the kind.
what you want anyway, because you don't want all the stuff on them.
Oh my gosh, no, because even the MSG on it, and it gives it that flavor, that's not good. And these are just plain, beautifully dried apples. And for those of you who haven't worked with them before, they have a completely different flavor, right? So, so the first thing you need to do, and I always do it the day before, is make the filling. And we're going to do some beautiful hand pies that were my mother's specialty, and we used to
What a
eat.
great recipe to have to serve for Thanksgiving and all the upcoming holidays. I would make these even for my fishermen.
They're delicious, and they freeze incredibly well.
They
And
do.
they do. They freeze great. Just wrap them up really well, and you can pop them out, and they'll just thaw out really quickly on the counter.
And microwave them, right?
And they won't last that long. They just don't take that long to thaw out. I would probably stay away from the microwave because it takes the crispness out of the crust.
Right.
But just let them sit out. So I did this last night. So I started with these beautiful dried apples, and I just put them in a pot and put just a little bit of water. You always add more water. You can't take it out. But remember, they're going to really soak up a lot of water and rehydrate. They're not going to be white like those beautiful Granny Smith apples were when they were fresh.
Well, these are real, and they have the real flavor. This is just like
right.
yeah.
And Mama always put a little bit of like a couple of hot tarts in there, the
Right.
cinnamon tarts, and put those in there to give that little bit of a cinnamon background, just a little bit of
spice.
sugar. And what you're left with is this beautiful, creamy, with a little bit of chunk in it, dried apple filling that has a completely different flavor. If you've never tasted it before, it is so good. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of a little bit of a tip. If you don't have dried apples available to you for whatever reason, go get you some fresh apples, particularly a Granny Smith, and just peel them, chop them up, cook them like you would make fresh applesauce, and then add about to 2 parts apple, about 1 part apple butter.
Yum.
And it really gives you
And
almost
this has got
the
the
same.
sour. This apple's the one to use
This
because
is the sour.
the sour one with the most flavor for cooking and baking and
not overly sweet, and it
exactly.
keeps a little bit of a texture. But I went ahead and made this last night. And again, to taste whatever you want. I don't put a lot of sugar in mine, but you can put cinnamon. Obviously, put cinnamon in it. You can do ginger. You can put some clove. Whatever your favorite spices are. This has just got cinnamon in it and just a tad of sugar and this beautiful.
And you can use
right.
nutmeg. I use nutmeg.
And as a sidebar, I didn't do it
recipes.
yesterday, but if you wanted, you could rehydrate some cranberries or even some nuts to put them in there and give them a little more of a festive flavor. But they're so very easy. So I've already got some pie crust that I purchased at Ingles. I've got it all. I've got my little bench flour. It's all ready to go, and we've kind of made it nice.
Time to play in the dough.
That's right. And you think, oh my gosh, that's going to make 2 pies. No. You don't want them too awfully big. No, you don't. You want more of the flavor of the
You could probably
apple.
do these mini and have just little mini.
You can do
smaller
them. You can make
ones.
your own pie crust, whatever you want to do. Me, I'm kind of a shortcutter when it comes to things like that, because quite frankly, I don't think my pie crust is any better than what you can buy in the store. So we're just going to go ahead and take this beautiful little pie crust. You can give it a little bit of a stretch if you want to, and easy peasy, right? Just go ahead and just fill that up. Be careful not to put too much, because if you put too much, it's going to go busting out the sides, and you don't want that. And that is about right. What, a couple of tablespoons maybe, Abby?
I would think.
And then we've got a little egg wash, and honestly, you can use a brush if you want to, but for me, I just use my finger with my impeccably clean.
You could even take a fork and do the little.
Well, and you know what we didn't do? We didn't grab a fork. So if you grab me one, Abby, thank you.
Yeah. My grandmother used to get the fork. She always let me do the edges.
Get the fork. So
yeah.
And you can stretch it just a little bit here. Everybody can see that, and kind of give it a little tuck, right? Oop,
Right.
A little bit came up, but really the egg wash will
There we
keep
go.
it.
You want me to do it?
Keep
I can
it
do
beautiful.
it. You keep
Go
doing
ahead.
it.
I'll do
You
one
do this.
more, and then we can.
This reminds me of being on the farm with my grandmother. Gosh, so many memories.
Such beautiful memories, I know.
See,
We're
that
gonna-
adds just a little bit of.
Just a little bit, and then I'll just do this one. We'll do these two, and go ahead and get them in the oven. And again, the key is the egg wash, and keep
When
it-
you make these memories, they last forever, and that's one thing. You brought so many memories back to me, Caroline. This morning.
And we did peaches the last time I was here. Do you remember?
I remember.
We did
I'm
peach-
all about the seasons. You know that.
We did the peaches with moonshine sauce. So I tell you what,
absolutely.
Abby, you want to take a little quick break, and we'll get these in the oven, and then we'll be right
I
back.
think we've got somebody that's going to come back and taste test these. I wonder who that is.
I don't
We'll
know.
be right back.
At Ingles, we're proud to work with hundreds of local farms and businesses in the communities we call home. Not only does it ensure that you get top quality, fresh items for your family table, it's a way for us to support the amazing individuals who pour their heart and soul into delivering the very best they can do. Quality, freshness, community, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
Welcome back to Field of Fork, and we have a guest with us today to try these wonderful apple pies. Melissa
my
Leavell.
gosh.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm so excited about this. It's just getting ready for fall, getting ready for the holidays. Ingles Table magazine's coming out, and I could smell this from like a mile away. It smelled
Okay.
so
Oh,
good.
yeah.
So when somebody says, "Do you want to do a taste test?" It's, "Oh yeah."
Oh, yeah.
Well, here we go. Here we
let's
go. I
do
can't
Okay.
wait.
Let's
now
do
we
it. There
we
we
got
go.
all these really cool
You gotta
toppings.
tell me what you think.
Let's see. Oh, well, I'm sure I'm going to hate it because you
Tell me
made
what
it.
you think. Well, I was going to make them look all pretty on my plate.
Oh my goodness.
We can still do that.
There's no time for that. You've got to eat them
Still
first.
that, we got to eat them first.
Caroline,
There
these
we-
are delicious.
So delicious. You did an
And they
outstanding
look like
job.
something I could actually do because they were
Oh.
sort of easy.
Well,
I
I
mean,
think-
I wouldn't be drying my own apples. And
They're
butter or
so
something.
easy. And I will tell you as a trick, my mother always thought butter was better. So when you bake them, and I bake these on parchment paper, brush the bottom of the pan with butter, bake them off. When you get them out, brush them with a little more butter, and they just have that wonderful flavor that I'm going to put right back in my mouth. But this reminds
And
me
this
of
is
my
definitely
mother.
another good way to use apples and not make them for hard apple cider.
Well, you know what? It's something
I love that.
homemade, and when you're coming home for family
Right.
during the holidays, you're gonna love making these. And Caroline, thank you so much.
Oh, Abby,
I
it's
love
my
you.
pleasure.
Yeah,
So
being-
nice.
This is the best in the world. Look at these three wonderful women here, and I just
What
tell
a
you,
blast.
two
And
of
I
my
hope
best
that my
friends.
mother's apple ham pies will grace your home sometime during the holidays.
Well, it graced
And-
my memory of today, and it
Thank
was
you.
so special for
And
you to
make your
share
own
that.
memories.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And stay tuned. The holiday edition's coming out, right?
Yes.
All right, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Field of Fork, and today we have the Currahee Club here with us, and I have Ann Shirley. She is the community manager. I have Beth Ryder. She is the private events coordinator, and we have a lot to talk about. Welcome to the show.
We are so excited to be here, and it's always a great day with Abby J. So, I tell you a little bit about Currahee Club in case.
Exactly.
In case people don't know about it.
Right, and it's so beautiful over there, and it's always a beautiful event, a venue for any time of the year.
It is.
Share some.
Well, we're a 1,200-acre golf and real estate development. We've got an 18-hole Jim Fazio golf course. We have amenity center. We have tennis courts, pickleball courts, bocce ball courts. We have about 450 members.
Wow.
We have golf and social. And as part of being on this show, we're going to offer a promo for membership. So if you call 706-827-1000 and inquire about our golf or social membership and mention Field to Fork program, we'll give you 50% off of the initiation fee. So
well, and that is wonderful. And I know your location is centered right near South Carolina, Georgia, Hartwell. You're easy to get to.
We are, and we're actually on Lake Hartwell. We border Lake Hartwell, so we're we have mountain, lake, and golf views. So yes, we are in Toccoa, Georgia, Stevens County.
Right.
But we're right on the South Carolina border.
That's awesome. That's awesome, and I love coming over there. I've been to lots of the events. We did a bluegrass barbecue event in 2015. So there's just so much you offer.
Yeah.
And the homes that you have.
We have homes and home sites for sale. Our real estate team is located at Currahee Club.
Okay.
And I'd like to mention just a little bit of something about our members. They love to be outside.
Right.
And it could be playing golf or tennis or pickleball. We've got a hiking trail, boating, kayaking. But one of their most favorite things to do is I take a group out once a month to local locations.
Right.
And our favorite thing to do is to come and visit you at Black Hawk.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
We have lunch, and Abby takes care of us and gives us seniors and seeds.
Well, you've inspired me to do more with my farm to offer foraging. I will be doing, you don't know this, but I'm going to be teaching other people how to forage for chanterelle mushrooms.
That's great.
And all the different herbs and identifying herbs that are good for you. And, you know, we've now got a field of greens, about 3 acres, that we're going to invite people over to pick the greens.
We
it's
always
gorgeous
have a
here.
great time, and especially going and foraging the mushrooms
Yeah,
and having
that was
everybody
fun.
take them home, and then hearing the stories about how Abby tells them how to prepare them.
Right. There's so many. Back and Seal is how I did them this year. There was so many of them. That's the best way. I go ahead and saute them and then back and seal, and then you can add them to your favorite recipes. So yeah, it's always good. And we did the jelly this year. Blueberry blues, and that was from my blueberry crop that I really, really love. We had so many blueberries.
It was fantastic.
It was great to share those with your group.
And we have blueberry cobbler for dessert, so it was fantastic.
Yeah.
We had a really nice time. And one other, just a little something about the community. We are a private community, but we are active in our community at Stevens County. And we have a holiday market that's upcoming, and you know about that.
Right.
It's November the 19th, and we've got probably about 40 vendors in that market. And we're real excited about people coming and being part of it, and anything holiday-wise.
It's a great way to support the local artisans, and that's
is.
one thing we try to do is support and give back to the community any way we can, holiday time. And if you're looking to support local, this is a great way to do it.
It is, and then another way that we're giving back to the community is we are charging a vendor fee, and that vendor fee will go to Shirley's homeless shelter to pay for their Thanksgiving meal. So
awesome.
we're excited about that, and we're just excited about being here. And I know that we want to talk about these pork sliders because we've got another event coming up.
That's
right.
And Beth Ryder, welcome.
Yes.
She's
Thank
a
you.
private events coordinator, and tell us about what's going on.
We are so excited. I cannot wait to taste these pork sliders. On November the 10th, we're having our barbecue beer and bluegrass festival at the club, and Abby J will be our featured chef, and we're so excited
I am
about
so
that.
excited.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's always fun to be. I've connected with all the members over the years, and it's fun to go back and see those members, and they're so happy to be a part of Currahee.
Well, they're excited that you're coming too,
Yeah.
and we are too. So we've got several events coming up. We do our Sunday brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2. We have several events coming up. Christmas time, we'll be having our Sunday brunch with Santa, and we do themed dinners on Thursday nights, and we just have a lot going on. And we're booking into the season for weddings and our community events that we'll have for our concert series that are coming up. And then in January, from January to March, we're going to do a writer series, and we'll have a fireside chat with some authors and writers, and we'll have book signings, and we're excited about that too.
Well, Beth,
So-
you have so many things that are so interesting. Food, fun, and all the different people that really have found their home there
Yes.
with all the other people, and they have such a wonderful time together.
They do.
And I felt that energy when they were here this summer, and it was it was awesome. So, are we ready for this?
We're ready.
Are we? Well, we're gonna put some of my mustard sauce. This is a
yum.
pork belly slider. We will be featuring at the event on November the 10th, right?
Yes, November the 10th.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna try these, and hey, listen. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you,
us.
Thank
Ann.
you.
And just remember, this is what to expect with a lot of other food. What else are we having that day?
Oh, and we've got a band too.
Yes,
Oh,
we have
a band.
our Kaleidoscope
Band.
Bluegrass
Yes.
Band will be there. Kaleidoscope, yes, we're excited about that. We're going to have, we also will have sea salt chicken wings. We'll
Wow.
have our barbecued ribs.
Chef Greg's doing the barbecue ribs
Yes.
and mac and cheese and seasonal desserts. So I
And
think we've got all kind of pies.
Yeah, and how do you get tickets for that?
You can contact our concierge at 706-827-1000, and they can take your money
reservation.
over the phone.
And
All right.
reservation.
And reservations. So we're going to dig into these, and I appreciate you guys coming on the
Yes,
show
thank you for
and being a
having us.
part of my life, and how you have enriched my life, and I love it. I love it. Love you guys.
Love
and
you, Abby.
Yes, and we'll be right back.
It's time to discover the convenience and time savings of contact-free pickup with Ingles Curbside. Just visit shop.ingles-markets.com or download the app. And your Ingles personal shopper gets to work with specialized training on how to select the freshest items for a pre-scheduled pickup. They'll even text you with updates. You pull up to a designated space and your personal shopper delivers your items right to your vehicle. Fresh, fast, and affordable. It's all in the bag. Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings.
Welcome back to Field of Fork, and look at this. This is a great way to start your holiday, your Thanksgiving holiday off right, and making your table very beautiful. I got these at Ingles Markets. They're gorgeous. It goes with any table setting, any color. So don't forget to make your table beautiful and go by Ingles and pick up this beautiful bouquet. So another thing that we're going to talk about is what's in season and how to entertain this season. What is trending right now is your butter board. What I've done is I've taken a tub of butter. It's about a cup. I've mixed half of regular butter and cinnamon butter in this. And I like the cinnamon because it's sweet. You could just make a savory board, but we're gonna make a sweet and savory board. And what I've done is just like ice in a cake. You just wanna make the twirls, like so. And I've already done this mostly. I just wanted to demonstrate the two different flavors of butter. It could be cream cheese, and it could be a lot of other different flavors of cream cheese. Just go buy your dairy case, and they have all of the different types of butter. So now that we've done this, we've taken some, we want to take some pumpkin seed and just put a border around this. These are roasted pumpkin seeds. You can get this any kind of nuts. It could be anything that you like. This is kind of like personalizing your board. And we're just gonna roll on around this with the pumpkin seed, like so. Then what we wanna do, it's pecans and walnuts. Pecan season is here. This is, you can use regular pecans. This is a glazed sweet walnut here. As I said, this is kind of a sweet and savory board. And we'll take some walnuts, put on this board. And we'll take, this is some mixed fruit, pineapple, dried fruit. Just a little bit of this to give it some color. And there's that. And I fried some sage. This is another savory part of the board. I love fried sage. You just put it in some hot oil for about 30 seconds and they'll come out like that. So we just want to cover this with the sage. And the last thing I did was I roasted some butternut squash. This is another savory item to put on here, and it makes it just pop with that fall harvest color. And so if you don't have time to roast butternut squash, you can go by and just pick up a bag at your frozen section of Ingles. They have it already, and you just heat it up about 5 minutes in the microwave, and this is what you get. The final thing is the bread, and at Ingles, this is a cranberry walnut. This is so good. You just bake it, and I baked it, and what I did was I cut it in slices, and you just want to put this around the edges of the butter board. This goes around it like so. That way, at a party, if your guests just want to come up and get, all you have to do is come up, and that's it. So that's what's in season and trending is this butter board. I think you can, make it your own and put your own flavors on this board. But that's really how it looks is right here. Let me finish off. That is how it looks. And if you want to add some cheese to it, what I've done is I've got some brie, and I've put it in pastry, and it kind of looks like a little pumpkin, so you could add that. The last thing that's in season is your roasted butternut squash. I have roasted this in garlic bulbs, and this makes a delicious side dish for all your Thanksgiving gatherings. And so glad you could join us today. We want to thank the Ingles Table, Caroline Taylor, for making those wonderful pies. They could be a great addition to your table as well. And also my friends at Currahee Club. Make sure you get over there to that venue November the 10th for our really great bluegrass barbecue event. And we're looking forward to having you all. And until next time, have a great Thanksgiving holiday season. Can you hear the noise? It's the holiday time, and we're at Mark of the Potter with Dustin. Look.
Thanks so much for joining us for today's program. We look forward to having you back next time on Field to Fork Cooking with Abby J. This program is brought to you in part by Ingles Supermarkets and the Ingles Table.